Howdy, folks. It's Tom, your frugal prepper. Um, Been working out in the garden here this morning. It's going to be a hot one. It's in the 90s with like 90% humidity. It's getting this done. I got it done just before the sun came over the plants. So I like to come out early in the morning and prune while there's a little shade from my big maple tree over the garden. Um, the tomato plants are very happy. I've pruned all the suckers off of them, got them around the strings. It looks like that one needs to be guided around the string a little bit better. I'll take care of him. Um, and then they're growing. My tallest one here is probably about 3 foot. So this is 2 days shy of 3 weeks since planting. And everything's going pretty good. I'll call this my 3 week update, but it's really 2 days shy of it. See, I'm starting to get them guided up the strings to where they're just going to split off from side to side and start competing less at the bottom for clearance as we trim those bottom branches off when they get farther apart at the top. Peppers are very happy. You see they're well established and growing like crazy. They've set a few flowers that I've tried to pinch off because I don't want them to set yet. See, they're starting to sucker out there too and branch out. So that's all good. Here is the cantaloupe. Now these would not germinate. I've tried twice to germinate them. Just no luck. So I went ahead and bought them from the nursery. These are honey rock cantaloupe, which was all the nursery had left. So we'll see how those taste. I like the big giant cantaloupe a little better. These are a little smaller. We'll see what they're like. Everything from a Mittleider good and tastes awesome though. Been my experience. Even things I normally don't like. It's kind of like once you understand sometimes when a plant gets everything it needs and you grow it and you eat something like parsley and you're like, I thought parsley was a garnish they put on a plate. I didn't know parsley actually tasted good. You know, it's weird. So here's the corn. It's all coming. I had a few didn't germinate, so I replanted those ones that did not germinate. Like you can see right there, I think. That's fine. I'll have a couple that come up a couple weeks later with corn. I'm going to spread it out. Very happy potato plants. They are just growing like crazy. If you compare them to the last video, that's like 5 more days of growth. That's amazing. I don't think you could have happier potato plants than that right there. That's a potato plants. I always say tomato when I mean to say potato. Beans, I had 7 plants germinate. I think the seeds I used were pretty old. And I'm just having terrible germination problems this year, it seems like. So I replanted the beans, and I just put some potting soil over top of them this time. I didn't use the sand. And I would expect to see them start popping through the soil any day. I didn't get these planted until Wednesday night. So they've got a couple more days probably. And these are the determinate tomato plants. I got one super something, and the other 3 are Amish pastas. I've discovered that these posts that I use for the electric fence make great little tomato stakes. So I'm using those there. That's generally how it's going. I didn't mention this last week, but I did reinforce my T-frames with these extras on the end to get those nice and supported well for the amount of weight that'll probably be hanging on these. Don't want stuff falling down. Also, I put a little table out here, which is handy to sit stuff on when I'm working, and I put it over that grounding rod that I keep tripping over for the electric fence, so it keeps me from walking into it. But the electric fence, something had tested it. I came out here and it was all sagging, real low and stretched out on that bottom wire. And so I actually had to cut it and then put a patch in it right here. But it's still putting out a shock. Um, my wife saw a cat run up and touch its nose to it the other day. Cat jumped about 2 feet and ran away. So it seems effective. Um, like I said, it looked like maybe a groundhog or whatever that was trying it, touched it, like, he went down there and he zapped him, so he tried it down here and he tried it down here and then he gave up. Um, so, yeah, I'm real happy with how this electric fence is working. It has turned out. It's fairly easy. You just have to keep it well trimmed around so that the plants don't touch the grass doesn't touch the bottom wire, because that'll make it less effective as it starts to short it and ground it out. But yeah, everybody, let me know what you think. I think things are looking good. I'm happy. Um, you know, these tomatoes didn't quite double in size this time, this week, but it's not been quite a week yet. And we had some cloudy, cooler days. Today is going to be in the 90s with like 90% humidity. But we had a couple of real cool days this week when they might not have got a lot of growing done. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.